How we all diddly doing? How's everybody holding up? I hope every single person who is watching this right now is holding up great, apart from my niece, Isabella, who last night decided to unplug half of my PC shit to plug in a lamp. God knows why, because we both are aware of the fact that the lamp does not work and is in fact broke, and then proceeded to leave my PC unplugged. So when I sat down to record this video today, I thought my PC was broken because nothing would work. So this is a good morning to everybody except from you, Isabella darling, you bitch. But anyway, I plugged everything back in. I'm not making a big deal out of it or anything. I have an audience and I'm going to use it for good, and this good is calling my niece out. So, love you, babe. Love you. So proud of you, darling. Just stay the fuck away from my electrics. Anyway, if you are not aware, babe, the next pack got leaked. It did indeed. Who by, you might ask? Smells like EA. Once again, EA accidentally leaked their new pack in a questionnaire that was, which pack have you played with the most? And one of the answers was high school. So, well, it's just us. The true bitches are left. So yeah, if you've never been to one of my videos before about this kind of thing, my initial expectations are basically what I hope for a future pack to be without me knowing absolutely anything. And then when it's released, I like to look back at these videos to be like, what went wrong? What went right? What was better than I expected? Etc, etc. So also, before we jump into a video, just going to plug my second channel. It has variety content on it. Also, lunarwild.co.uk. We have our most recent collection. It's a fan fiction collection. Use code first order for 20% off your first order. My Instagram is plumbellayt. My Twitter is plumbellayt. And my TikTok is plumbellayt. If you're going to chill with me on YouTube, you just chill with me on YouTube. You do you, babe. Nobody is shocked when I say I expect it to be a pack about high school. That's what I'm expecting. Thank you, Your Honour. I do have a master's degree, actually. Say what you want about me, but I can put two and two together, babe. I have, in fact, connected the two dots. I think that it's an interesting take for the pack to focus purely on high school and not teenagehood or childhood or like a broader concept, and instead really focusing on a high school. Whether or not it'll expand in these like other areas, I hope they do. Interesting choice. Do I believe that the Sims team can do it? Asked me 6 months ago, I would have said yes, because I used to think that the Sims team, if they put their mind to it, they could really release a hyper-focused pack and do it great. Look at vampires. But then my wedding story is released and I'm like, call you what you want, but you can't call them consistent. So I hope that they can. I have great hopes for this pack because this is the type of shit that I would play the heck out of. I still think that there's a lot of gameplay missing from The Sims 4 and there's a lot of things that haven't been explored yet. So I'm excited to see if they can explore this fully. So let's just say straight off the bat, if it's a high school pack and it's focused all about high schools, I'm gonna want to see a high school, right? Like a secondary school, I'm gonna need an actual physical building. Whether or not this is a rabbit hole, I'm unsure of. In fact, I would prefer it. Let me just be honest, I'm a bit of a lazy bitch, right? I play The Sims in Speed 3. I think I would prefer a mix of rabbit holes and active classrooms, similar to how The Sims 3 University was done. I think that that would be the best amount, and also having the option to not go at all, not like to skive off, but to not be involved at all, because I am lazy. If my Sims want a name, they're going to have to put the work in, babe, not me. But also, sometimes I like to micromanage. I'm a variety girl. But yeah, I would like to see an actual high school. I would also like to see, to get to this high school, an actual school bus. Don't think that will happen because it's The Sims 4. There's no cars or transport. Sims just magically... Realm of Magic was in this game for, was it even released, babe? Because these Sims just vanish on the front doorstep. So that is truly, I do believe in magic, Your Honour. But I would like to see a school bus. I think the school bus has been such a staple of the franchise so far that its lack of presence is really felt. It is so hot in the UK right now, so we're all just gonna have to just ignore my sweaty upper lip alert. Dab dab. We're good, Your Honour, we're good. So one thing that I would also like to see, and this doesn't include an actual livable playable building, but still sticking with the school theme, I would really like to see a return of military school or like art school or a form of boarding school to send your Sims away from. I feel like that could be a really cool reintroduction to the franchise, because obviously in The Sims 1 we had military school where if your Sim got an F, babe, you never saw your child again. So sorry, they were in fact stolen on your doorstep. And then The Sims 2 we had private school, which it's just kind of operates the same way as normal school, but it was private and you got a uniform. And then The Sims 3 had art school that you could send him off to, military school, and I think there was another school as well. I thought there was also a private school that your Sims could attend. I think that came with town life stuff. So these different forms of education I think could be really cool, especially if you know that you have an artistic kid and you think that bringing home a science project isn't really going to help them. Add in these different types of schools so your Sims can excel at what they want to excel excel at. I think it would do a really good job at making teenage life individual to that sim rather than just having one broad experience as well. So like private schools, military schools, and also in the same breath, I know that I'm British, babe. I know that I'm British, but I do want to see uniforms. I know that we already have a uniform in The Sims 4, but I would like to see standardised uniforms, like sending your Sims to school that may have uniforms, some schools may not. I would like to see them come back, because this is not just a Harry Potter thing, babe. I know a lot of people that don't live in Britain or Ireland think that this is just a Harry Potter thing, but the UK does have houses and school uniforms, and the school uniforms usually are colour-coded to what house they're in, and we have heads of house and house points. The rivalry doesn't really exist though. No, everyone in the UK is quite blasé about school. We do not have school pride like the Americans do. But yeah, school uniforms I think would be really cool. But this might just be because I'm a nerd. I know a lot of people at my school hated school uniforms. I absolutely loved it. I loved that structure. I did always have my top buttoned up. Like, one thing I never got called on, my uniform, babe. There was a lot of other stuff to call me out on in secondary school. I was a bare bitch. I did get kicked out at the end there. But yeah, my uniform, not one of them. Absolutely not one of them. Loved it. Sometimes I think about having a Plumbella uniform, because is this the tism once again? I think it potentially could be, yeah. But yeah, school uniform could be really, really cool. And then finally, another aesthetic that I would like to see. This is all still, once again, very much surface level, and then we'll delve into gameplay and everything. In terms of a world, I'm not really sure how it could fit in. However, it is a new pack. The only thing I could think of with a world with this type of expansion pack, and I say it with every single world, and you know that it's my preferred world, right? It's like an autumn kind of Halloween themed world. Absolutely nobody is fucking shocked, right? I'm so sorry to not shock anybody. Nothing groundbreaking was said in this video on this day, but I would love an autumn type world, because for me, school and education and everything like that really just reminds me of autumn, like the going back to school and then things start getting cold and then it's celebration kind of thing. That really feels like education to me. Also, I guess spring and summer does, like school's out for summer, you know? That reminds me of it as well. So I think either autumn or summer I would be happy with, like those kind of themed worlds. I'm not really too sure what kind of aesthetic I'd want the world to be outside of that, like in terms of, is it a residential area, is it a built up area? I'm not really too sure how I'd feel about that. I think part of that might just be limited experience though, because obviously I'm from the north, and the north is very much dilapidated, so I can't imagine a school in like a really built up area. But I know that in America they do exist, and not even in America, in like southern parts of the UK and stuff, potentially Manchester as well. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what kind of area surrounding the school would look like. Interesting, because obviously I can imagine it in The Sims 3, but I can't really picture that in The Sims 4. Like, what's going to be over the road from the school? Just like a fucking Nancy Land grab? Don't give her ideas. Anyway, that's pretty much it for aesthetics. Obviously, for the gameplay, like I said, I would like active classes and everything, but I would also like things that really... I do want some English things and like British things to come in, but I kind of, honestly, the America boo in me. I feel like every single British person went through a phase of, you know, wanting to be American, wanting to live in America when they were like a tween. And I kind of want it to live up to that. I want the full American experience that I never got to have. I want cheerleaders. I want jocks. I think this could be a really cool way to introduce personality types again, like we had in The Sims 3. It would be absolute. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Star-crossed lovers. Oh, beautiful. I can absolutely. The rivalries. Stunning. I would really like to see sports included as well, like American football, and like decathlons, spelling bit. Like, there's so many things that the Sims team could do with this. I'm really excited to see how much they utilize of it, because American school is a unique fucking experience. Because I'll tell you what, it's a bizarre. I mean, to be fair, I'm only getting my information off TV shows. Like, that might be why it's so bizarre to me. But like, British school experiences is not like that at all. Imagine the middle ground between Heartstopper and Skins. That was my general school experience. So we've got like the things to actually do at school, all the different classes. I would like to be able to, like I said, certain schools focus on certain things. I know we said for boarding schools, like art boarding school and everything, but I would like electives, and I would like teenagers to be able to choose which ones that they want to really focus on, especially because we've got university now. I feel like that could have really some good cross compatibility there, and the different personalities and everything. But then for outside of school, I also want extracurricular clubs. I know that there is some after school clubs that we already have in game, but also I play The Sims 3 so much that I'm like, am I confusing that for The Sims 3? But yeah, I would like extracurricular clubs like woodworking and stuff like that, because we've got so many things in The Sims 4 that are kind of untapped, and there's a lot of stuff to do, but it's not really accessible on a surface level. Like, I feel like ways to integrate your Sims into all of these things that the Sims 4 includes, like woodworking and elements, like collecting all the elements and everything. That could be a school project. That could be so cute. And then also outside of school as well. Another thing to do outside of school, I got to do it to admit, I really want prom. I want prom to come back. But I would like it, honestly, I would like it to be more fleshed out than in The Sims 3. Because The Sims 3, I was okay with it being a rabbit hole. I just didn't feel like there was much to do. It was kind of just to send your Sims there and, you know, and you got a picture. This might be an unpopular opinion. I don't think I'd like it to be as micromanaged as My Wedding Stories is. But maybe I would as well. I don't know. Because I've not actually, at the minute, I'm quite tired. And I'm thinking that maybe I wouldn't like to play a prom. But actually thinking about it, I think I would like to play a prom. Yeah, I'd like to play I would like a full event for prom, actually. But then, like I said, I'd like a full event for prom, but I'd also like an option to send your Sims if you can't be asked. You know, like if you've got 8 kids, do you know what I mean? Just your first and your last, do you know? And then the rest of them just send prom. Is absolutely, that would be paramount. Mathletes as well. I'm just sticking that one in there. We don't have them in the UK. I would like to experience them. Also, things just for teenagers to do, like defining high school things, like high school parties. There was nothing better than a high school party. We call them secondary school, but like secondary school parties were absolutely unbelievable. Also, things like sleepovers, I would love to see them make a return. Because at the minute, like, I just want things that define teenagers as teenagers, because at the minute, it kind of just feels like we're playing with adults that go to school. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to see a return of those types of things. I know that we're not going to get learning to drive back, but like I want it to encapsulate all the drama of high school, because secondary school for me was both the best and worst time of my life. And I think a lot of people could probably say that too. So I really want it to capture that energy. And then I would also like to see some form of graduation as well. Maybe even a return at the town hall. I do really miss town hall. She was so beautiful and stunning in The Sims 3 and I just want her back. Miss her, just want her back. So yeah, basically I want everything that would define growing up and growing pains and everything like that. And I don't want it to be too reliant upon emotions. This is one thing that I don't want. Like, obviously I want it to play into emotions, because Sims do have emotions in The Sims 4, but I don't want it to just be a full-on, oh, I've got this emotion, you know? I want it to be like actually strong gameplay that give proper moodlets that aren't just tied to emotion. Do you know? I want it to be fleshed out. But that's just everything off the top of my head. Obviously, it seems like it's still a while away, because there's been radio silence from all of the Sims team about this, so I'm so sorry to be, you know, awareness to it. Sorry, I can't control it if you leak things to the Sims team, so sorry, but I do want to talk about it. So yeah, that is everything that I have for you today. Let me know if you saw the leak, and also let me know what you want to see from a high school expansion pack, because I feel like I covered sorry everybody. Yeah, I feel like I covered my main things that I wanted, but obviously I only have one type of school experience, and then the school experience that I know from watching Pretty Little Liars and like growing up with American TV and everything. So I'm excited to see if there's other types of things that I'm missing. I really want to hear your opinion on it. So yeah, let me know. But that's everything I've got for you today. I love you all so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, bitch. Love you. Love you, love you, love you.